Well, welcome back to Channel Run. I've been given the challenge on trying to construct something only using one 2x4x8, and I've already cut them up into 4 2-foot pieces just to make it easier for transporting from the lumber yard. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a shelf. I'm pretty good at just making the shelves with just multiple layers, but where I've only got one 2x4 I can use, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset them, each one of the shelves. So I'm going to have 3 shelves, and I'm going to use the 4th 2x4 to kind of use it as spacers. Kind of just making this up as I go along. So that's the challenge today. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have my 4 pieces here. I'm going to put this one on the side, and I just want to kind of get a visual. This is sort of what I'm thinking about, kind of spacing them out like that. And over here, you could actually put a hook and hang something down. Same thing with this one right here, hang something down like that, and you could hang something off the bottom of this. So I'm just going to kind of just get an idea of how far I want to come over. I'm just kind of guessing. I'm going to go, say, 5 inches. So I'm going to measure over 5 inches, and let's just kind of see what that looks like. So if we put that right there, and then we measure over another 5 inches, just kind of throwing some measurements out here. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. And then another 5 inches. So that's how far the shelf will kind of be spaced apart. And I actually kind of like that. So kind of give you an idea. It's going to look something like this. And then what I think I'll do is I'm going to cut these pieces from this piece of 2x4. Remember, the challenge is only one 2x4. And I think I'll cut these. I'll come up with a length and space those out. So let's see what we can come up with. What would look good? So I'm going to say 4 inches. So if I put 4 inches in there, 4 inches there, let's kind of space this out a little bit more here. 4, come over 5, 4. I kind of like the looks of that. That's going to look really good. And then I'll cut these and I'll lay them in the back there. Now if I measured this out right earlier when I decided to cut this at 2 foot, I should be able to put those right around 18 inches. So when you mount it on a wall, if it's a sheetrock wall, you should be able to hit an 18-inch center on studs, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and cut 4 inches off this one piece right here. We got our blocks all cut out. So let's go ahead and just kind of get another visual on what we're looking for. I'm going to place this down like this. I'm coming over my 5 inches that I had mentioned before. This one here, I'll put right there. And then we'll do the same thing with this one, like that. And then we'll come in like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So it looks pretty good. I'm real happy with that. So now what I think I'm going to do is, before I go ahead and start fastening this together, I'm actually going to round the edges here off. And like I've done in some of my other videos, I'm just going to take a roll of tape here, and I'm just going to mark this off, and I'm going to cut this angle right here, just kind of curve it a little bit, so when I put that on there, it gives a little bit of pizzazz. Let's use that word. So I'm going to do that on all the shelf parts of it right now. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm also going to go ahead and sand these down a little bit as well. So we have our blocks all set. They come out really good. Our shells themselves, I went ahead and I cut them on the bandsaw. Then I put them on the sander and kind of put a nice little rounded edge on them. They really look good. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of a visual on what this is going to look like. Now again, I'm just kind of guessing that 5 inches is going to be what I want, and I might stick with that. I'm going to go ahead and put that one like that. Do the same thing with this one down here, except that one's going to go on the end. And then I don't have that one marked quite yet, but somewhere along the lines of something like that. And then we'll do the same thing with this one and look like something like that. So that's going to look really good. I really like that so far. So I may do a little bit more sanding on this, and then what I'll do is I'll pre-drill my holes, and we'll go ahead and we'll fasten this together. Now, if my calculations are correct, and they always are, this should be perfect for a wall that's 18-inch on center. Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, but you can be able to drill down through there on the 2x4 wall and be able to get that shelf hung if you want to. All right, I'm going to polish it up a little bit more. Then I'm going to go ahead and preset my holes and fasten this together. All right, looking really nice, really nice. So what I need to do now is take this top piece back off so I can fasten this bottom one in. Okay, well there it is. I've got a little hand sanding to do on it, just some little minor touch-ups, but I'm very impressed with this 2x4 shelf. I've got about 7 inches or so left over. I really don't know what else to do to this other than just kind of clean it up a little bit more, sand it a little bit more, and I'm going to go ahead and poly it. I thought about staining it, but I think I'm just going to poly it because I really like the looks of the wood itself. I'm actually going to drill a couple of holes here, pre-drill some holes for if I wanted to mount this on a wall. This is going to be really close. I'm going to go in the center, one right there, and one right there. So this is designed to go on a wall, if it's not a plywood wall, but to go on an 18 on center studded wall. And it's real close. It's real close to the edge. So this may turn out badly, but I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill these holes. May actually go a little bit bigger than I have here, so when I put the screw in, it doesn't split this. what I've done is I've pre-drilled these right on the edge here, and I made them a little bit bigger so the screws that I use when I go in through the wall, it won't split the wood because it's so close to the edge. All right, let's go ahead and poly this now. All right, my spray booth here is a little small for this, but we'll give it a try. Okay, that came out really good. Better than I expected. What I'm going to do now is going to put a couple of eye hooks, one here and one here. Set it up on the wall, put some trinkets on it so you can really get the full effect of how well this came out. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little challenge of building something out of a 2x4x8. I got about 7 inches of 2x4 left. Use it for another project. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.